Shalom. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. And those of you who follow my channel, you kind of know what this is about. This video, I like to do these things. It gives you an idea of the direction, America is going in, man. This is out of New York City where I reside. But this is going on throughout the whole earth, man. This is going out through all America. Right? But I would just like to highlight what's going on in the city because the city ain't safe. Regardless if you can get the mayor to tell you that it's the safest city in the US and there's nothing to worry about. If you in the spirit, you see that crime is going up, violence is going up, and it ain't safe. Because we are at the end, man. So I don't want to waste too much time on this. I'm gonna just play it. We're gonna get some scripts and we're gonna shut it down. So Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah willing, the elect be edified. Shalom.
Crime in the city. Here are the crimes from across the 5 boroughs. We begin this week in the Bronx, where a spike in carjackings has cab drivers and dispatchers on high alert.
Taxi drivers in New York City say they've had it after a string of carjackings and robberies in the Bronx.
Fox 5's Lisa Evers talked to several victims about what they've experienced and how the State Federation of Taxi Drivers is taking action.
Residents of many city neighborhoods depend on radio dispatch car services like High Class for door-to-door service at an affordable price. Many of the drivers live in the communities they serve, but now getting behind the wheel is a high-risk occupation.
Any driver that's active and working, I know exactly where they are.
Chris is a dispatcher at the West Fordham Road High Class location.
Any call they get, it's always a risk.
Driver Bamori Sanogo, a father of 4, says a male-female robbery team stole $135 from him. The male suspect put him in a chokehold from the back seat. Then the woman moved in.
She opened the door, then put in my hand and my pocket. She then took out my money.
From April 1st to date, 9 carjackings and armed robberies.
The NYPD has confirmed 6 incidents. Chris, the dispatcher, believes the number is higher than 9. Do you believe there's many more than 9 this past month?
Yes, 100%. Again, this is an everyday thing.
He says they have many methods of taking money the drivers worked hard to earn.
It's always a different scenario, a way of definitely stealing from the drivers.
And there's no typical profile of the suspects.
Even elderly, where they definitely will tell the driver, I dropped something, could you help me look for it?
We believe that they take the car and they pick up passengers in the street because the vehicle has TLC plates. And they rob those passengers.
An NYPD task force is investigating these crimes. Fernando Mateo and the New York State Taxi Federation are offering a $7,500 reward for information that leads to arrests.
Down in Lower Manhattan.
So you see, everybody, just getting by, man. People's pockets are empty. So they don't care what they get, man. They don't care if it's $135. They don't care if it's $50, man. Right? The cab drivers, they gotta make 20 stops to make $100, man. Right? So people are in dire straits, man. And they're gonna do whatever they gotta do in order to make it. Right? This is the direction that America is turning in, man. We just had America send aid to Israel, Taiwan, and Ukraine for over $90 billion. But yet the people in America are struggling, man. And they're making it a public announcement to where people can get upset and go up against the government and you know, take matters into their own hands. Which all these things are being orchestrated, man. Right? They're orchestrating the downfall of America. While yet you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you busy wanting to, you know, make a life for yourself here. You're not gonna get a life. You're not gonna make a life for yourself here, man. You thinking you can go to college and make it, and you know, go to college 4 years, get your degree, buy a house and a car. Man, them days are fucking over, man. Those days are over, man. And Salakia for the language, but it gets you upset, man, because people just want to disregard what's going on in the world, and they think that they're in their own little square. To whereas if they walk in that, if they stay in that square, they'll be okay. Nah, man, it ain't gonna happen like that. Anywhere you take a cab, right? You get on the train, you get on the bus, you even sitting at home, man. Home invasions are up. Because what? For the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And we ain't even hit the tip of the iceberg yet. This is just the beginning. Let's go.
The DA pointing fingers at Google for playing a part in the city's ghost gun problem.
Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg calling out YouTube, accusing them of playing a key role in the proliferation of ghost guns.
Fox 8's Arthur Chan explains why the DA says certain how-to videos must be taken off their site.
What you see right here is a 3D printed firearm, which we actually printed and we actually test fired.
The NYPD and Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg rolled out a clinic Wednesday showing how easy 3D printing of ghost guns has become. Before last year, the most ghost guns the city pulled off the streets in a year was 4. So far this year, it's already seized 57, and we're just months into the year.
You can see how quick that jump happened.
Bragg and the NYPD say New Yorkers as young as 15 are being lured into printing ghost guns when simply watching clips about video games on YouTube. They say within just a few short clicks and a matter of minutes, YouTube's own algorithm starts introducing them to video tutorials on how to print 3D guns.
About 10 minutes into the searching, you're going to come upon very specific videos to build ghost guns.
They say the videos are so effective that it's deadly.
Leaving, the World Wide Web and hitting the streets of Manhattan. You don't need an MIT engineering degree, right? All you need is a computer and a mouse and an interest in gaming, and you can go from games to guns in 15 minutes.
Initially, when we talked about ghost guns, we were talking about handguns, but law enforcement officials now say they have a new concern. They're seeing the technology being used to print long guns, including weapons like AR-15s.
You're reading that. You're not thinking this is real. That gun right there can kill hundreds of people in a minute.
The district attorney has sent a letter to YouTube and its parent company, Google, demanding that they take down the thousands of ghost gun tutorials on their platform right now. Google tells Fox 5 its policies prohibit content introducing users to making ghost guns or 3D guns and is reviewing the videos Bragg has shared with them.
And this is that's mainly Jake doing that. You got Esau doing it too, but guess who they're gonna profile as the ones that's doing it, man? Because nobody harbors more guns than Esau Edom, the so-called white man. He is a walking firearm, man. That was his blessing, right? But this is just what the world has come to, right? This is Genesis chapter 6, verse 5. And it says, and the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually, man. Right? You see the evil that people are increasing in, man. Their minds is fully set in them to do evil. Make ghost guns so they can go out and commit robberies and commit acts of violence, man. Right? Because America, that's how it was founded, through violence. So how is it going to fall? Through violence, man. Right? the same way Esau Edom, right? He, took over this land, and all these other countries is the same way he's going to fall, right? Through his blessing. Verse 11, the earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence. As you can see, man, nowhere is safe, right? And this is just New York City. This is a major city in America. New York City, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., all three of these major cities are flooded with violence right now. And it's only going to get worse, man.
Just next door, the New York Court of Appeals hands down a bombshell decision in a defining case of the Me Too movement.
A bombshell ruling from the New York Court of Appeals today overturning Harvey Weinstein's 2020 rape conviction.
The court ruling the trial judge improperly allowed testimony against the ex-movie mogul based on allegations that weren't part of the case.
All right, Fox 5's Antoine Lewis covered that trial every day 4 years ago. And Antoine, this came as a surprise to some, not so much to others.
Absolutely, Stephen. And yes, I did. And this was certainly an interesting.
And you shouldn't be, surprised at this. Weinstein is a small hat, man. But yet Bill Cosby, he got what he got. R. Kelly got what he got. But these devils, they get a slap on the wrist. Hey, man, don't do it again. Go ahead, go out there and do it again. Don't do it again, but go out here and don't get caught, man.
Turn of events.
Hey, you Jakes are gonna realize, man, that there's two types of America. Two types of Americans, so-called, right? You Jakes, you live in your own world in America, man. You're gonna understand and know that you're hated here. No matter what your status is, how much money you got, how famous you are, how much money you make for these devils, you're going to realize that, hey, they still consider you a nigga, man.
Decision from the state's highest court was 4-3, which clearly states that not all of the justices were in favor of this decision.
This today is an act of institutional betrayal.
Actress Ashley Judd, one of the most vocal Weinstein accusers, mincing no words on today's decision. The New York Court of Appeals overturned Harvey Weinstein's 2020 rape conviction, finding egregious improper rulings during the criminal trial by allowing testimony from women who were not part of that case. Judd speaking at a news conference called by anti-sexual violence leaders, again telling her story, which she says happened during a meeting at New York's Peninsula Hotel.
Where Harvey, wearing his hotel robe, immediately began asking if he could give me a massage, and this progressed into him insisting that I watch him take a shower and other acts of sexual harassment and aggression. I was lucky I got out of that hotel room.
In February of 2020, a New York jury convicted Harvey Weinstein of first-degree criminal sexual act and third-degree rape. He was sentenced to 23 years in prison a month later. Weinstein never testified during the trial, but maintained he was innocent and that any sexual acts were consensual. Attorney Arthur Aidala was part of Weinstein's defense team.
So the Court of Appeals deserves a tremendous amount of credit for doing this based on the law, not based on opinion polls.
Weinstein's 2020 conviction was heralded as a major victory for the Me Too movement and a rebuke of long-rumored sexual misconduct within the film and television industry. And when asked if the appellate court's ruling was a setback, Me Too's founder says no.
This is not a blow to the movement. It is a clarion call, and we are prepared to answer that call.
Weinstein was convicted of rape in 2020.
Damn, Eve.
In California. Attorney Gloria Allred represented accusers in both trials. We asked if she had concerns about the California conviction being overturned, as it's also being appealed.
That case has not yet been heard or decided by our California Supreme Court.
Well, we asked the Manhattan District Attorney's Office if they plan to have a new trial. A spokesperson told us that we will do everything in our power to retry this case and remain steadfast in our commitment to survivors of sexual assault.
Staying in Lower Manhattan, police make a pair of arrests in a series of disturbing crimes targeting women.
Police arrest a man on parole for allegedly raping a woman in Soho. 30-year-old Ella Williams is charged with rape, robbery, stalking, and more. He's accused of following the 23-year-old victim into a building near Thompson and Prince Streets on Sunday. Police say he put her in a chokehold before sexually assaulting her.
Look, see, they got you, Jake, as the perpetrator, man, as the reason of all the violence, man. Right?
And police have arrested the suspect accused of sucker punching 7 women in various locations throughout the city. 31-year-old Daquan Armstead is seen in custody, and this video obtained by the New York Post. He's charged with 7 counts of assault, hate crime, and aggravated harassment. Police say the incidents happened between March 24th and April 17th.
Next, we head to Queens and the scene of a violent robbery aboard the subway in Jamaica.
Police are looking for 2 suspects accused of assaulting and robbing another man on board a subway train in Queens. It happened last Saturday night on board a northbound F train approaching the Hillside Avenue 179th Street station. Police say the victim, 20 years old, approached by 2 suspects, one of whom displayed a knife, the other a pair of pliers. They say the suspects then beat up the victim, stole his cell phone and wallet. Do you have any information who these guys are? If you do, please call Crime Stoppers 1-800-577-TIPS.
Over in Brooklyn, a bloody brawl aboard a party boat sends 3 people to the hospital.
Several people are hospitalized tonight after a fight on a party boat at a Brooklyn pier. Police responded to the Brooklyn Army Terminal in Sunset Park just after 5 tonight. When they got to 58th Street and First Avenue, they found 2 men who had been stabbed and a third person who was hit in the head with a bottle. The altercation happened on a boat called Cornucopia Majesty. The victims were taken to the hospital in stable condition. So far, no arrests in that case.
And finally, leaving the city, a suspected drunk driving crash claims the life of a 64-year-old woman on Long Island.
It happened last night in Massapequa, and as Fox 5's Judah Goldberg explains, the suspect was arrested after cops say she fled the scene in the public safety officer's town vehicle.
Don't you dare, Lisa! An emotional scene outside court Wednesday morning after Rachel Odiche pleaded not guilty to charges including vehicular manslaughter and DWI. Nassau County Police say the 21-year-old was going south on Hicksville Road in Massapequa on Tuesday night when she slammed into this Nissan, killing 64-year-old Cynthia Mitchell, identified by loved ones who say she was a mom, churchgoer, and beautiful soul.
We got to raise a child that had everything going for it. It's not fair.
DJ is also charged with leaving the scene of a deadly accident after driving away in an Oyster Bay public safety car. The officer stopped to help Mitchell after the crash.
He said, "Stay right here. I'm going to go tend to the other victims in the other car."
Now, according to court documents, after the crash, the defendant said she was thirsty. The officer gave her his Gatorade. And within minutes, someone else yelled, "There goes your car," as she drove away.
It was outrageous.
In the surveillance video, you could see Lodice in the stolen car. She drove about 5 miles to Seaford before the town tracked her location.
This technology also allows them to shut off the engine so the car stopped. The culprit couldn't drive it any further.
Lodice, who had slurred speech and bloodshot eyes, according to officers, said, "I'm not supposed to drink with my medicine." A woman who said she's Lodice's future mother-in-law didn't want to go on camera, but says Lodice was visiting from Texas.
So here you got a meth head, Edomite that killed a so-called black woman, stole a car, right? Said that she was thirsty. They gave her Gatorade, right? So basically, they rewarded her for killing somebody. It seems to be the same old thing going on, man. Right? Just like that devil back in the day, a couple of years back, maybe about 5 years ago. That devil went in that church and shot nine so-called Negroes, man. And after he did it, they took him to McDonald's and got him some food. Right? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they don't consider your life here, man. They don't consider your life. You're not a human being to them, man. You're just somebody that's just here to serve them. And when you die, Well, hey, whatever. We got another one. It's insane, man.
With her son and their child.
She's a kid who had a kid that came up to get married, and this is what happened because she was tired and doesn't know New York.
The passenger in Mitchell's car is expected to serve.
Wow. So see, the Edomite, she's basically, making it not her fault. Well, hey, the bitch was drunk, man. Right? You drinking and driving. He said, oh, she came up here. She's a kid that had a kid. She was tired. She didn't know New York. So she don't know New York. So she driving crazy. It's fucking devils, man.
Survive. Flo DJ is being held on $500,000 bond. She's due back in court on Friday.
And they're gonna bail her out, man. Her family back in Texas. They said she's from Texas. They're gonna bail her out. She's not gonna get charged, right? They charged her with manslaughter, but she left the scene of a crime, man. These devils, man, they got a lot to pay for, man. But you see, you so-called Negroes, you believe that you're wanted here, man. They despise you. This is Isaiah 24:4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. That's what you see, man. The earth fading away. This age, this kingdom fading away. It says, the world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughtiness, Salakia, the haughty people of the earth do language. Yeah, the proud people, man. Nobody's more proud than Esau Edom. Along with you Jakes, man. You proud as hell. It said the earth also was defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Yeah, it's all nothing but defiled people out here, man. Right? Everybody has a wicked agenda. Everybody thinks the same, and it's all wickedness, man. Right? It says, because they have transgressed the laws. Yeah, this place is not governed by the laws of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. This is why this place has to be wiped off the map. This is why this kingdom has to end. There's no righteousness here. Righteousness is perpetrated as wickedness, and wickedness is perpetrated as righteousness, man. Right? It says, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Right? And who rules this kingdom? Esau Edom. And Esau Edom hates Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Esau Edom is not, considering, the Lord. He doesn't reverence the Lord, man. Right? This devil, this is why he has to go. But y'all, our people, they love this devil, man. Hosea chapter 4 and verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, talking to you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. For the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land being America, man. Right? Right? This land being America. So the Lord is against this land. So why are you for this land? Right? It says, because there's no truth, no mercy, no knowledge of the Most High in the land. Yeah, they trying to, do away with the Bible. Trying to blot out the name of the Heavenly Father. Right? Which most of you people don't even believe in the name. That's how you know this place, the truth is only for who it's for. Everybody would say Jesus. That ain't his name. Right? So a lot of the knowledge is out here, but the Most High has a remnant that he wants to get this knowledge. And that remnant is only from the nation of Israel. It says, by swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out and blood touching blood. Yeah. Murders, right? Violence, right? All types of things, man. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish, man. So that's what the land is in. The land is in mourning right now. The people are in mourning. The land is in mourning, right? And it's only going to mourn even more, and it's going to be a sorrowful state and a pitiful state real soon, because civil unrest, right, is heading this way. And there's nothing anybody can do about it, right? Let's get one more, and we're going to shut it down. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 14. All right, 2nd Esdras, chapter 14, and verse 20. 2nd Esdras 14 and 20. It says, Behold, Lord, I will go as thou hast commanded me, and reprove the people which are present. Yeah, because Yahweh Bashem Yahushua had the servants, the prophets, on the highways and hedges now, teaching you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to repent and get right. Right? So it says, and reprove the people which are present, but they that shall be born afterwards, yeah, this generation coming up, man, right? For the most part, who shall admonish them? Yeah, who cares about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man? They put in slavery your ancestors, and guess what? You are slaves, right? Thus the world is set in darkness, right? And they that dwell therein are without light. Yeah, they don't have no understanding. They don't have no knowledge. They just have the mindset of America, Babylon the Great. It says, for thy law is burnt. Yeah, the law of the Most High is not in this land, right? They did away with that, man. They tell everything that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, deems righteous in his law, they are contrary to it. They tell you that, being a Skittles is okay, but the Lord is against that. They tell you that eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, all these abominations of food, they tell you that that's good. That's a delicacy, but the Lord is against that, man. It says, for thy law is burnt, therefore no man knoweth the things that are done of thee, or the works that shall begin, man. Right? See, people don't understand the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. They only have a idea. But in their idea, they're basing it on Christianity and all these fucking religions. The Most High ain't dealing with no religion, man. Right? But you see, hey, he that is filthy, let him be filthy still. He that is righteous, let him be righteous still. So this place is in a spiral downhill, right? That's increasing. And the men of the Lord, the ones that are in this walk and this truth, you are blessed, man. And you see the light. You see what's going on in this society. Right? This place is on its way out, man. So I just wanted to go into that. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua willing, the elect be other Father, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua. Hey, until the next lesson. Shalom.